Boom. And we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Nonsense live stream. I'm Yaga. And here we are again. It is Wednesday, April, I don't know if I can remember, 11th. Yeah, April 11th. How we all doing? I'm tired. I'm not going to lie. Do you ever, wake up pissed off? I was a little bit this morning. Let me adjust this. There we go. Adjust camera. Fucking camera. Anyway, what's up, guys? You ever wake up and you're just a little bit pissed off? Like I did that today. I was in a great mood yesterday. Then all of a sudden, just proves to me that every day is different because I woke up this morning irritable as fuck. Like I don't know what it was. I went to bed early. I slept pretty well. Fucking cats woke me up as they always do at 4:30 in the morning, but that's normal because they get fed. And then you go back to sleep. But I still, for some fucking reason, when I woke up, was like, I want to murder everybody. I don't know. It's gone now. You know, I did what I had to do. I got some coffee in me. I'm fine. But I don't know. I find it weird when that happens, especially when the day before was a good day. So anyway, good afternoon. And a couple things I thought were worth talking about. Silver linings, man. Always trying to find the good in any bad situation, you know. The actual definition of silver linings is every difficulty or setback that causes harm also contains a potential for a beneficent outcome. In other words, even when you're having something terrible happen to you, there's something potentially way better for you on the other end. I know it's hard to see during it sometimes. I've been through a lot of shit. I'm sure we've all been through certain things in life that fucking took us down to the deepest, darkest places of our mind and emotions, and it almost felt like we were never going to crawl out of that spot. With that, I mean, I always say, feel whatever you feel. If you feel angry, just feel it. If you feel sad, feel it. If you feel happy and joyful, fucking feel that too. But when you're in those emotional states, try not to make decisions or actions based on your emotions, you know, because I know for myself personally, if I'm angry and I get into my Hulk rage mode, I call it, which is me going off the rails of fucking rage, which if I'm in that mode, you just got to watch the fuck out because I will rampage through you like a bulldozer. And it's got nothing to do with anyone that's in front of me. That's just the mode I'm in. But it takes a lot for me to get there. I have a temper. I'm working on it. You know, I'm not fucking perfect. But this thing needs to focus. There's my hand. There's me. I'm still fucking with this setup. I apologize. Fuck it. Okay. Bear with me. So, silver linings, man. For at least from my experience, a lot of silver linings have come from overcoming fears that I've had. Like, let's say fear of like changing a job. You know, you're at a job for a long time. You don't like it. You've come as far as you can go. Maybe there's an opportunity that presents itself to you and you're like, oh, man, I think I'd be better off there. Maybe it's more money. Maybe it's better hours. Maybe it's better health insurance. Who the fuck knows, right? Or maybe it's just a better job all around for you. It's something you really want to do. And it's scary to leave something you're comfortable in. You know what I mean? Like if you're already well established in something, even though you fucking hate it, it's familiar. You know, it's a familiar spot to be. You know everything. It's fine. It's a routine. It's a habit. You know, jobs are habits. You know, whether it's a good job or a bad job, it's just a habit. You get up, you go to work. And even though something might come along from You know, that's way better off. And you know it. You know it deep down in your soul that it's a better opportunity, a better just all around thing for you. But there's still that underlying fear because it's a change. You know, it's a change that it's scary because I don't like being the new guy. Nobody likes being the new person at, say, a new job. You know, it's fucking hard. You get there, you don't know shit. You got to introduce yourself to everybody, make some small talk, fucking this, that, and the other thing. Try to get some fucking light. I don't know why it won't focus, but I'm so white. Ugh. Yeah. Sorry about that. See, I go back. It's like focus, but it's not focused. I need to buy a new camera. Anyway, yeah, but that whole fear of just change in general, and like I don't like I said, I don't like being the new guy. New guy sucks. I've been the new guy in plenty of jobs. I've had enough jobs in my life to go, this sucks. But I'm also aware if you're at a certain position, you've come as far as you can go. Say you get fired from a job. Does it suck to get fired from a job? Absolutely. I've been laid off before. I was laid off from a pretty sweet gig working in an office, you know, the quote unquote dream job, you know, Monday through Friday, weekends off, holidays, and blah, blah, blah. I got to work from home 1 day a week. And then the economy housing market crash back in 08, 09 happened. And I got laid off at the beginning of 2009. So that sucks, you know. It's a scary thing, like, oh, fuck. Because you got to think, if you get a job, you start accumulating money and you're able to purchase, say, a house, a car, this and that and the other thing. Then all of a sudden you lose your job. That's a fucking whirlwind of shit that can happen to you. Because all of a sudden you're like, well, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to get groceries? How am I going to do this, this, and that? And it sucks because it sums up to this fear because we assume that it's not going to happen. You know, I didn't know I was getting laid off at the time. And then boom, it just fucking happened. Everybody got laid off in the office. It sucked. People have been there way longer than I was. And, but even that taught me something. Eventually I got down to, I was out of work for a while and it sucked. But eventually I was able to pull some shit together. Yeah, there we go. God. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Seems a little bit more in focus. I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, there's always a silver lining in something that's bad, man. And you know, even when you feel like you're at your lowest point and like nothing can get worse, it probably can get worse. But something always, at least in my experience, something always presents itself, even if I don't want to do it. And I could battle through that shit. I don't know. Like even my current job, like I wait tables, you know. Not that, and that's something I did 15 years ago at the same place, and you know, and I've had a lot of odd jobs through my life. Worked in an office, sold cars, worked in a grocery store, fucking worked at a college, all this shit, and even though it's not stuff I really wanted to do, each one of those jobs gave me a new perspective on certain things. Because one, I learned stuff I didn't know. I got an insight to certain worlds that I had never been a part of. Like car sales was a big one, for example. You always hear the horror stories of a car salesman. And, you know, there's always this contempt when you go buy a car that they're just out to screw you, which, you know, some of them are. But, I said before, I'm like, I think I could have been a good car salesman as long as I was able to be myself. The fact that I wasn't myself, and I had to do some stupid fucking 10-step fucking thing that worked back in like 1972, like it was dumb. Yeah, it worked then, but you know, you got to evolve with times. You know, I've always been conflicted with that saying like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. True. But I'm not saying you got to move with the times, but you definitely have to kind of evolve a little bit with them. Oh, God, I can't get comfortable in this fucking chair today. See, irritability. you gotta, you gotta, you gotta move and evolve with the times, man. Because if you don't, fucking, yeah, here we go. All kinds of, yeah, that's better. So, evolving with the times. That's where we're at right now. I don't know. Fucking, I'm all over the place today. Fuck it. Let's skip to good and bad ideas. How about that? Or how can you gain a new perspective? The best way I've ever gained a new perspective was admitting I don't know shit. That really helped. And knowing I don't know anything, really. What I did know was very little. And it was very ego-driven based, I guess you can say. You know, I don't know. What I do today that has helped me gain a new perspective is I look at myself, you know, and I find that all the answers I ever wanted about life in the universe are actually, they're all inside. I just haven't unlocked all those doors yet, but I'm working on it. And I do that with the help of listening to people with different points of view and different perspectives or opinions than my own, gathering information from all sources, and then formulating my conclusions and opinions on something. So, in other words, a more well thought out, well informed than I ever have been in my life. Now, I don't know how that came to be. You can always say, like I've talked about it before, like, do you blame it on being young? Like in my 20s, I was like, just, you know, no life experience yet, blah, blah, blah. Just, bro, you're in your 20s. I guess that's what we do. And I don't know. I guess you can say it's what you do in your 20s, but that's sometimes it just seems like a cop out. But then again, all my experiences in life got me here. But I know that today, you know, I love looking at my life in hindsight because that's where I learn the most, is being able to look back on something and see how I was acting, see where I was at in life. And today, like Jordan Peterson's book, Chapter 9, which is a great quote, which says, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. That was something I struggled with for a long time because I used to compare myself to everyone else. And when you think about it, as human beings, we have a lot of similarities, but like we're not all the same. Like you can't compare apples and jobs to jobs. It's fucking, because you're going to drive yourself crazy for one, because you're going to set yourself up for these expectations that you don't get or don't want. Like, oh, that person's got this. How come I don't? Well, you're fucking working at Walmart, you know? That's why it sucks. Thanks for the like, whoever gave that to me. I appreciate it. Got a like. Woo! Fuck yeah, the live stream. I'll tell you this much, man. The live stream, since I started, you know, we went from 0 people watching to at least 1 to sometimes 2. That's, if people want to know what the definition of success is, that's it for me. Honestly, it's not about becoming rich and fucking famous and having everybody like know my face. It's more or less like starting something from fucking nothing and then watching it grow. And if I can get, my goal is to eventually, if I can get 25 people to 50 people at any given time watching this, when I start to do this over time, that to me is success in my eyes. That's all I want. I don't get paid. You know, it's not a money incentive. This is just because, one, I like doing these fucking videos. This is fun. And two, I try to pass on stuff that I've learned that has helped me grow and get my head out of my fucking ass. Because I feel, not even I feel, because I hate when people say I feel, because not necessarily how you feel it is, but I can see we're so emotionally charged here in the West. It's causing us to do all kinds of crazy shit, from wanting to ban guns that are already legal, which means people who own them can potentially be criminals if that law is passed, you know, shit like that. We got to look at that. We don't just go in there with some crazy vote shit and be like, oh, see, that's a bad idea. See, I was going to talk about good ideas and bad ideas. That's a bad idea. Then there's a new, God, I need to look it up and dig into it some more because I know it exists, and it's the new bill for gun control, and it says assault weapons ban. See, already there with the words and language, it's already deceiving. Not assault rifles, weapons. Weapons is a broad fucking term, people. I know we don't. I used to think nothing of that kind of shit until my perspective changed, and I learned things, and I studied things, and I listened, and then I went down the road of information that was there, and I started to go, oh my God, I have been completely ignorant, naive, and blind to a lot of things. It's a bad idea, this assault weapons ban thing. There's guns listed on there. I don't know the specific guns off the top of my head. I'm sure the AR-15 is on there, I think. And then there's a bunch of other shit. But you got to look, when something gets written into law, it's not just a law. It says, excuse me, assault weapons ban, people. There's a lot of pages to that law where the wording can be manipulated, bent, distorted. I mean, look at how lawyers argue. Lawyers are professional arguers, and the person with the best argument wins. It doesn't matter if it's facts or reality. Now, when you put something into a legislative law that we all have to abide by, you better make fucking sure you know and understand what those fucking words on that paper means before it gets signed into law. You know, I never used to care because as a kid, I was like, oh, whatever. Now as a full-blown fucking adult in my mid-30s, yes, I give a fuck. Because I think I'm going to be around for a while, and this is going to affect my life at some point. Because I am a gun owner. But if this shit goes into law and we don't read the fine print, then the guns I own could potentially be illegal, and I will be a criminal because I am in possession of something that was once legal that has mass produced in the millions that I now own, but now because of a pen and paper tells me it's not, and I can get in trouble. That's fucking a bad idea. That's bullshit. I don't like it. We need to be more aware of this shit. We need to be, because we all occupy this fucking planet, this country, this earth together. You can't just sit back in your house and go, well, I'm just going to go to work and turn on the TV. This ain't the 80s and 90s anymore. That worked, the little couch potato thing. But then we unleashed the internet, and now the internet gave us access to all things information. And with all things information, there's a lot of bullshit, but there's also a lot of truth. There's also a lot of facts. There's also a lot of things to learn, you know? I mean, there's so much that in my lifetime, I'm never going to fucking learn everything. But I'll tell you this, it can, from my own personal standpoint, it can make my individual life that much better if I'm willing to weed through the nonsense and actually form and live a good life for myself. Sounds selfish, but I do think outside of myself a lot. I don't know if that makes any sense. What the fuck I'm talking about? Bad ideas. Bad ideas. What's another bad idea? Bad idea is listening to a 17-year-old kid tell us grown folks what we need to do with our laws and guns and stuff. That's a bad idea. A good idea to counter that is to, instead of being emotionally charged and listening to the 17-year-old kid, maybe you should look into these existing laws and other things and form your own opinions, you know, well-informed opinions. That's the only thing I really advocate for, is like try on your own, like fuck the world, fuck everybody, right? Just think about yourself for a minute and break it down into your world, your mind, and how you can change or benefit stuff. Every person that can try to practice that stuff on a daily basis, that's how the world can change, I believe. I believe that's how the world can change. But if we all just throw fucking gas to the fire and run on emotionally charged reactions to, mass shootings and incidents, then that's how we get pushed into fear. That's how the sheep stay a herd. You keep them all herded together because you keep them fucking scared that some crazy shit's going to happen to their family or kids. And, kids are a nice little tug on the heartstrings. You know what I mean? You say kids, women tend to, really be like, oh, you're not the kids. And men too, everybody, I guess, because, even I don't like seeing fucking kids hurt or molested or mistreated. That's fucking, it's a level of evil that even I can't comprehend that why you would want to do that unless for whatever reason you're fucked up yourself. And if that's the case, then I'm sorry that shit happened to you. And, try not to do that if you grow up with some nonsense that happened to you when you were young. But it can stop. For those of us who haven't had that, try to treat people with good love and character and kindness. But again, I only do that today because I don't let my emotions make my fucking decisions about anything, really. Because for a lot of shit in my life, I let my emotions just kind of ride what I was thinking, doing, or my next decision, which led to a shit ton of impulsive behavior for me. And that impulsive behavior was not a good thing. Oh, shit. Cover that up. Supposed to be no nonsense in the background here because this is a no nonsense live stream. You know what I mean? I don't know. What's another good idea? I can just tell you a good idea for me is I'm making a promotional video for my podcast to plug it real quick. The Yaga Rambles podcast, which is every Friday afternoon. You can download it and listen to it for free on SoundCloud. Which is really just me talking to myself. But I talk about all kinds of shit, everyday stuff, deeper stuff, whatever you want. But the promo clip kind of will sum up, if you haven't listened to a podcast of mine, what it is I talk about when I'm on there. So I'm working on that right now. It should be done within sometime this week, maybe even by Friday. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying, man. Good ideas, establishing a good set of habits and trying to let go of bad habits. You're trying to quit smoking? Don't smoke for the day. That's a good start. But it's fucking impossible. I'm like, I know what it's like to be addicted to a substance. And I understand completely and wholeheartedly. But, say, for example, you wake up in the morning. Smoking's such an easy one because there's so many people that do it but try to quit and can't. Try, just start small, man. It's like if you woke up in the morning and the first thing you did was have a cigarette, try waking up in the morning and not having a cigarette. Now apply this to anything. Now apply it to, say you're trying to lose weight, and you got to have your fucking Diet Coke in the morning or regular Coke or your pancakes. Try to start the morning off without it. It takes a lot of practice, but you got to start small. Don't be like, all right, this is the month I don't do shit and I hit the gym every fucking day. I'm going to run a marathon by the end of this month. I mean, for some people that works. I mean, for myself, I'm honest with myself. That ain't going to fucking happen. That's not going to happen to me. No way, man. I start small. And I do something realistically within a day, and then it builds from there, Like, for example, just these live streams that I started doing. They started randomly, and then I go, fuck it. I need to make it consistent. Because if you make something consistent, at least if people start to watch this, you guys start to watch, start to like, share, and everything like that, then now it can grow. We can grow this shit from nothing. Every person can grow and have potential to build something literally from an idea. out of fucking your mind. Nothing. This whole no nonsense thing was just an idea I had. I thought, fuck it, why not? You know, instead of taking the time to spend all day editing videos, I just set up the camera and go. Voila. Voila, guys. We have the no nonsense live stream, which I've had one person come in and out of this live stream today. Hey, you know what? One's better than none. And even if no one's watching it right now, I've had people watch this afterwards, and that's great. You know, like these overnight successes and stuff like that, you know, it's like getting too wrapped up in a dream or a fantasy. You know, a long time ago, I was in a band, and you know, I was super young, 19, 20 years old, jamming out in a fucking metal band, you know, screaming away. I was aggressive. And I still love metal. It's fucking my thing. And I was a pretty decent metal vocalist, you know, not to, you know, pat myself on the back or whatever. But nonetheless, there was that fantasy at 19, 20, like, what does any 19, 20-year-old think they want to be when they're in a band? They want to make it big. What's big, you know? Playing in front of tens of thousands of people, selling tons of records, fucking people know your face, people know your music, people are singing the fucking lyrics to your song. You're fucking rich as shit because, you know, you made it big. And I think if you're really talented, that's happened, you know. We've seen enough booms in the music industry to know, you know, from every decade, there's always a movement of music that just fucking explodes. I think in the last 15 fucking years, though, music's been pretty sad. Pretty sad. There's not a whole lot I can say that goes, I mean, there's songs and a few artists here and there that are like, yeah, that was some good shit. But, you know, other than that, it's like, ugh, God, some nonsense. What am I doing? I lost my train of fucking thought. Oh, music. Anyway. So I had the fantasy of being like, oh man, I'm in a band. We're gonna fucking make it big. It's gonna be fucking awesome. This is gonna be the shit. Let's fucking get crazy. Let's do this. And then, you know, you don't make it. And then you get this expectation. You're like, oh, fuck. And being in a band's just like any other job, man. It's hard work and you're not getting paid. You gotta buy a shit ton of equipment. It's expensive. Fucking guitar strings keep breaking. Drum heads need to be replaced. Cymbals are expensive. Mic cords, mics, cables, PA system. Thousands of dollars. And even if you lowball yourself in a band, it's fucking expensive. Okay. But look at today, though. Today, you can self-produce yourself. You can just buy a, you know, fucking some kind of digital audio program and set it up in your fucking house, record stuff. You don't even need to do the old school recording way, which is like how I recorded in a band, which was, you know, you set the drums up, you record the drums, and everybody goes and does their part afterwards, guitar, bass, vocals, shit like that. Then you kind of, you know, you tweak it and you do all the editing later. But today, you know, fuck, dude, if you're good, you can just, you know, record something on a computer, send it out, throw it up on YouTube, put your shit out for free, get a goddamn drum machine. You don't even need musicians. You don't need other musicians. You can do it all yourself. But you can throw your stuff out and let the world decide if your shit gets out there, what could be famous and what could make it big. But I think, you know, success for me was, even if I just take my own experience with a band, we used to have a pretty good following of people that would, like, you know, they would go to every show. I remember a gentleman in particular. His name was Tony. And Tony would fucking, to this day, we were still friends. And he would come to every show at the time, all ages, because we were young, all ages shows, no matter how far away it was. Man would drive an hour and a half to come see us play a 40-minute set, maybe even shorter set. And we're just a local band. We're just dudes playing music. But, you know, some of the lyrics and stuff I used to write were always, you know, they're what was a 19, 20-year-old know about girls. You know, they were about relationships and breakups and whatever experience I had in my short life back then. You know, as the years went on, I guess I had a little, my songs became more about inner demons, you know, the battle with yourself, but that's another story. But just that one person, the fact that that one person just changed, and there were other people that are always there, that to me is successful, you know? Just being able to at least inspire, if not help, or at least help somebody with something by something you did, and you're not even aware of it sometimes. We all got this weird idea, like, oh, I gotta help somebody. I gotta go, like, I want to go fucking, I'm gonna go to the Hesed house. I'm gonna give out food to the poor. Everything's gonna be great. But you don't know when you could be talking to somebody or what you say has an impact on somebody's life in a good way. There's the negative way too. I mean, it goes both ways. You know, that's why I try to act. I try to act in kindness, man. You know, I have a side. Like I said, I have a temper. It's anger, and I work on it. But I try not to let that shit out. And it takes a lot. You got to really poke the fucking bear to get that side of me out. And I have to really be letting you poke the bear to get that side out. You know what I mean? But that's just what it is for me. So a good idea is to try to practice and try to just treat everybody with kindness, man, and go on people's individual character and merit. You know, a bad idea is to let groups decide how I'm going to think, how I'm going to decide what's good for me, what's bad for me. I'll decide what to put into my body. I'm a respectable, law-abiding gun owner, and I don't want somebody telling me that all of a sudden I'm going to be a criminal if they say, you know, that this is all of a sudden wrong. People, I don't think really, I never understood politics or U.S. history or any of that till just these last several years. And the power that's in that Constitution, you really don't, you think it's just, oh, the right to bear arms. Yeah, against a tyrannical government. Because if you end up giving a group of people, and the government is just a group of us, human beings, people that we've given power to, if you give them more power, human beings are easily corruptible. We're all easily corruptible. Think about it. Think about your own life situation right now. Somebody's like, I'm going to give you 50 grand to do something that goes against maybe like your thoughts or beliefs. But then on the other hand, you go, oh, it's $50,000. And all I got to do is this. You kind of weigh it out. It's called corruption. It's not all bad corruption. It's not, I don't think things are as cut and dry as good guy, bad guy. We got to fight. No, there's a lot of gray in everybody. It's not good versus evil, evil versus good, right and wrong, good cop, bad cop. There's a lot. Everybody has the potential, I think, to be as good as they want or as evil as they want. Now, maybe some people just are that way. Maybe some people were so. That's why I have that thing with, you know, with people fucking around with kids. You're fucking up a little human being that's learning life. So all they know is that they either don't recover or they're fucked up forever. And that's fucking sad to me, man. It's really fucking sad. But see, I started thinking about the kids and stuff. That's fucking sad. But common sense, you know, we try to learn some more common sense. See, one of my biggest things that was always a problem for me was I knew a little bit about a lot, and then I assumed everybody knew the same. Like, even for something ridiculous like knowing how to change a tire. Now, you think basic car maintenance, everybody knows, but you'd be surprised a shit ton of people that have no fucking idea how to change a tire. That's okay. Like, why, you know, like, again, younger, dumb, no life experience, and I assumed a lot of shit. I just assumed because I know. Why the fuck don't you know? And that's a terrible way to live. But that's where that new perspective comes in, where you can go, all right, admit I don't know anything. All right, am I willing to learn? And if you're willing to learn in this life and you're willing to change, man, the doors of potential easy mind living will be fine. It's so easy and simple that it almost seems like bullshit. But I tell you, man, if you're just willing to admit you don't know shit and then willing to learn, then sky's the limit, really. All kinds of shit will fucking open up to you. So I don't know. I think there's another rule in Jordan Peterson's book, and I know I plugged this book a lot, 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. I'm currently reading it. If you haven't picked this up or read it, it's a good book to just apply to life. And another one of the rules was assume the person you're talking to knows something you don't. Meaning, I used to have such an ego, and I still do, where I would sit with somebody and think whatever I have to say or tell them or do was better than anything they could potentially say. And that shuts me off from growing as a person, as a human being, and shuts me off from learning. You got to always be learning, man. You know, learning doesn't stop because you graduated with your fucking piece of paper that is useless anyway, and now you're in a lot of debt. Learning is a continuous, endless process. Even if you're fucking 102 years old, I'm sure you can still learn something, you know? Though you're very wise in your ways, I'm sure you could. I don't know. I can only speak for myself, and I'm still constantly learning. I don't think in a year from now, I might even not sound the same. I might be similar. There might be some similarities there, but I don't know if I'll be the same. Yeah. So I don't know what else I got on my list here. Yeah, assume the person, because, you know, if you're talking to somebody and you're actually listening, they could blow your fucking mind away. Maybe tell you something you didn't know. You might be able to learn something that you were unaware of. I like becoming aware of so much shit, things you can't be unaware of. It's a good thing. It's helped me a lot in my life, in my fucking journey. Excuse me, and I keep moving forward, man. That's all you can do. Keep on moving forward. I try not to trot back, but I'm realistic. I'm a human being. I let my emotions get the best of me sometimes. But I try to know when it's there and just let myself feel that shit. I don't want to be a fucking Terminator and never feel anything, never have emotions. That's what psychopaths are, you know? I am crazy, but I'm not a fucking psychopath, okay? Or am I? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, I've babbled on enough. It's been like almost 38 minutes. So I feel better though. See, I woke up irritable. All I got to do is talk into a fucking camera, or do a podcast, talk to somebody. That's the thing, man. Talk to somebody. That's another beneficial thing too. Talk to somebody if you're fucking hurting. If you're in pain or suffering, even if it's something dumb. If you talk to somebody that has a little perspective on anything, it could help you get through it, help you realize that maybe you don't even need to be worried about it. You know, I don't know. It's the best thing I have to offer as a human being on this planet is just my experience of life and perspective. And it's forever changing and growing. So with that, I think I'm going to get out of here. Look for that promotional video. I'll have it up on my YouTube channel here later this week. It's just like some kind of commercial about my podcast, but it's kind of funny. There's a little animated scene, you know, throughout. So, you know, obviously, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm always cracking jokes and I'm full of a lot of comedy. So be on the lookout for that. If you like this, I already got a like. Thank you for that like. And like this, share this. Join me again on Sunday at noon. I do it every Sunday and Wednesday. The No Nonsense live stream is here at 12 noon Central Standard Time. Throw me some topics. I'm always open to topics. If I can't babble out something out of my ass, if something gets thrown my way, that's another way I learn from you. You know, like when a few live streams back when somebody suggested I talk about male birth control. So I dove into that. I didn't know much about it, but then I learned and then I formed my own thoughts on it. So yeah, anything you think that you would like to hear me voice my wonderful wisdom on? If you can't laugh at yourself, man, I don't know. Please, by all means, leave me a comment, shoot me an email at twoyaga@gmail.com. Also, follow me, subscribe me on fucking YouTube. I'm trying to find some alternative platforms too. So if you have any suggestions on either video hosting or even podcasts, I'm on SoundCloud with my podcast. I know there's iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff, but I feel like Facebook's going down. Facebook sucks balls now, and YouTube might be next. I'm just saying, but who knows? All right, then I will see you guys on Sunday, and everybody have a good rest of the week, and don't take yourself too seriously.